Courage is something inside everyone, and it comes out when we decide to stand up for what is right and good. And sometimes it even comes out when we're the most afraid. Today's Bible story is a good example of that. Now this is King Xerxes. And from the huge, amazing royal city of Susa, he ruled over his kingdom. He was rich and powerful. But his queen had embarrassed him in front of all of his nobles. King Xerxes' advisors told him that the solution was just to find a new queen. So he sent out men to bring back the most beautiful girls in the kingdom. One of them was Esther. Now Esther was an orphan. That means she didn't have a mommy or a daddy. But she had a cousin named Mordecai. And Mordecai took care of Esther as if she were his very own daughter. Now before Esther was taken to the palace, Mordecai gave her a warning. He advised her to be sure and not tell anyone that she was a Jewish person because many people in the kingdom did not like Jewish people. Now, once Esther was taken to the palace, Mordecai just hung around close by to keep watch over his adopted daughter. And after a whole year of special beauty treatments and preparations, Esther got a turn to meet King Xerxes. And out of everyone, the king chose her above all the others to be his new queen. And they had a royal wedding. In the meantime, there was an evil plot hatching. A man named Haman had been made the highest leader in the land just under the king. But Haman was not nice at all. He did bad things. Instead of doing things to help others, Haman ordered everyone to bow or kneel down before him. But there was one man who did not bow or kneel down. And when Haman found out that this man was Mordecai, a Jewish person, he became really, really mad. He wanted to hurt Mordecai and all Mordecai's people. So this is what Haman did. He convinced the king to agree to a new law that Haman wanted. He tricked the king into thinking that Mordecai and all his people were bad. Haman even offered the king lots of money to make the new law, and the king agreed to it. This new law the king signed was sent out to every province. It said that on a certain day, everyone was ordered to kill any Jewish person they could find. That's all of them, from babies to grandmas to mommies, daddies, all of them. And then they could take whatever belonged to any Jewish person and keep it for themselves. It was a horrible law. And when Mordecai heard what Haman had done, he was very sad. All the Jewish people were afraid and did not know what to do. Mordecai said, "Maybe I can try to help. I will tell Queen Esther to talk to the king. She can ask him not to hurt our people." So Mordecai sent a message to Esther asking her to beg the king to stop the horrible law. Mordecai said, "Maybe you were chosen to be queen just so you could act to save our people." Well, Esther, I'm sure she thought very carefully about Mordecai's words. She had good reason to be afraid. You see, if anyone went to the king without being asked, that person would be killed, unless the king just happened to be in a really good mood. So Esther at first was very afraid that she might lose her life, and it took a lot of courage when she chose to help her people. So she thought and came up with a plan. She asked Mordecai and all the Jewish people to fast and pray for 3 days. Chloe, do you know what it means to fast?
Not eat.
Yes, to go without food. Esther fasted too and prayed hard. On the 3rd day, Esther put on her prettiest outfit and approached the king's throne. And King Xerxes looked up to see his queen, and he smiled. He was happy to see her. Oh, Esther was safe. And King Xerxes asked her, "What is it that you want? I will give you anything, even half my kingdom." Now, Esther didn't say anything right then. She said, "Please come to dinner tonight and bring Haman too." So they went to dinner with the queen. And at the dinner, well, Esther didn't say anything that time either. She invited both of them back for the next evening. And it was at the second dinner Esther revealed Haman's evil plot. She asked the king, "Why does Haman want to get rid of me?" The king was so surprised, and Esther explained. She said, "I am a Jewish person, and Haman tricked you into signing a new law that would get rid of all the Jewish people." She begged him. She said, "Please save these good people because they are my people too." Now the king was so mad, he was furious, and he ordered that Haman be hung on the very gallows that he had built to hang Mordecai on. The problem was, though, that Haman's bad law had already gone out to every province. So a new law was written that said that the Jewish people could protect themselves. And the law was quickly sent out and told to everyone. And on the day that all the Jewish people were supposed to be killed, well, none of them were hurt at all. The actions of Mordecai and Esther saved the lives of God's people. And the king even gave Mordecai Haman's position. Now, Esther didn't know she would grow up to be a queen. And you don't know what you're going to grow up to be either. But you don't have to be a king or a queen to make a big difference. Let's read our Bible words. Can you read those?
For we are his workmanship, created in Jesus Christ for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them.
Yes, so God calls you his workmanship. Remember, you are his workmanship. There are no ordinary Christians. You are extraordinary because Jesus came and died for you. And he has prepared good works for you to do. It's exciting to think about how you might be able to show your faith in God now and in the future. Now, remember this from long ago? Well, Chloe did one of these, and this story today was her pick, and she's going to come and tell you why she likes this story.
A year ago, we were asked to draw our favorite Bible story and turn it into Grandma. She tried to do a lot of these stories. As one of my favorite Bible stories, I chose Esther. I like how she acted bravely, and her courage has inspired me to be brave too. I'm also inspired by the courage of Mordecai and the other Jews who supported Esther by their faith and prayers. They were very brave, but I think if we look around us, there are lots of God's people found right here in everyday life who are also courageous and who will inspire us to act in ways that show our love and faith in God.
That's a great reason for picking Esther, and I'm so glad you did. Did you like the Esther story?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, do you know that you are God's workmanship, right? Now, how old are you now? 6?
Mm-hmm.
You're 6. And you sit here every week, you stand beside me and you sing a new song. That takes a lot of courage. Now, who gives you that courage to do that?
God does.
God does. And you're going to sing a song called My Tribute. What does that word mean, tribute?
It is the way to show God my love and respect.
I really want to hear that song. Go ahead.
How can I say thanks for the things you have done for me? Things so undeserved, and yet you give to prove your love for me. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude, all that I am and ever hope to be. I owe it all to thee. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He has done. With His blood He saved me. With His power He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Chloe, come here. Let's all say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.